Okay, so now we're going to look at the compound interest formula. The compound interest is not like simple interest because every time that you take the interest rate, you are compounding it with the balance plus the interest rate again. So we're going to look at this formula. Once again, we're not looking for I, we've got S. Just like the last one, S equals P 1. But instead of looking at the rate, we are now going to take the rate and divide by the M. Now this is really quite odd because M is the number of times that something happens. So for example, if something happens twice a year, you would divide the rate by 2. If something happens 4 times a year or quarterly, you would divide by 4. So this is the number of conversions per year. M. Okay. And this will, in fact, give you the I. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at this. This is I. And then the last thing is raised to the N. Okay, so for N, just like when we have T, time in years, we have to multiply it by the number of conversions per year in order to get N. So S equals P, 1 plus I raised to the N. And we're going to go ahead and do a few of these together. Let's start by identifying. You borrow $13,500 at 6.75 PA, percent annual. Compounded annually, okay, so compounded annually, that means that my M is 1 time a year for 2 years. So my T is 2. My rate is 6.75%. And my principal is $13,500. How much do you owe at the end of 2 years? So owe, that's they're asking about the S. And then how much interest must you pay? So now they're also asking about I. Now remember what we talked about earlier. In order to find I, you must take the full amount you owe, S, and subtract the principal, P. So let's go ahead and try to solve this. We know that S equals our principal, 13,500 raised to 1 plus, here we'll do this in black so it's not confusing. And then we have this funky letter I. Now we know I is our percentage rate, so we're going to put that over here. Our percentage rate, which is 6.75%, and we're going to divide it by M and put it here. Okay, well 6.75% divided by M, well, that was easy. M is 1. Well, 6.75% divided by 1 is still 6.75%. Okay, now this is raised to the N. Okay, well in order to get the N, we have to take the T. So here, this is the T multiplied by the M. Well, the T is 2 years, and the M is 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, so that works out really well. So we're going to go ahead and put it into the calculator exactly as we see it. 13,500, open, 1 plus 6.75%. Oh, I hit the wrong button. My apologies. 13,500 times 1 plus 6.75%. And this button right here, this X box, means raised to the second power. So I get that my maturity value at the end of 2 years is 15,384.01. So this is my S. Now the next question that it asks is, how do we find interest? Well, to find interest, you need to take the full maturity value, 15,384.01, and subtract the principal value, or 13,500. So we're going to go ahead and do that. 15384.01 minus 13,500 equals an interest of 1,884.01 dirhams. And that is how you find compound interest.